internet, wonderful people of the world of the internet, the world of YouTube. I thought it was so interesting because last night, my stream, when I was streaming last night, my views like tripled because I think I think the ban of TikTok caused the streams to increase. But I don't stream on TikTok because I like YouTube, and I am totally for YouTube live streaming. So we're going to be continuing on with this painting here in a moment, but just an interesting observation that I had yesterday when TikTok went dark. And we're about to begin here. So I feel as if I'm almost done with this painting, but sometimes you just never know with these things. Sometimes you always find something else to do. And then I'm wondering, it's just this one little thing, this little creature thing right here that's really getting to me. But it is starting to get that characteristic like feeling of a mouse. It looks like a hairy thing, and it makes you wonder what it is. So I am getting to where I want to go, which is all I can really aim for. And with that, let me go ahead and put on my gloves and get started. So I use these gloves to keep my hands from getting too oily, because oil paint, as you might imagine, is very, very oily. And not only that, but you use all sorts of supplies to like clean and modify your materials and stuff, or modify your brushes. So it is nice to have some gloves on to take care of your skin. What is up, Corey? Corey, Corey, Corey. Corey, the man, is in the house, creating iconic 80s nostalgia pixel art with animations. Pretty amazing. Anyone who is into that should definitely check that out for sure. The Mr. Omizu Paints, the art of Omizu Paints. Here we go. I've been pretty much using the same brush. I'm gonna change up my brush right now. Change up my brush to a different brush, just so we can get some different textures on this painting. And great to see, Corey, you making some moves, and like, you know, just to see some of the work that you've done and then how you change that into like this pop 80s animation. This pop retro gamer animation is pretty neat. I really love the creativity, the originality that you have in your stuff right now. And what I need to do right here, this little section is kind of funky. The reason why I think this looks weird is because it kind of looks like it's surrounding something, when in reality something is surrounding it. So I think this will help a lot once I add in some of these little details of this pops of green into the arm here.
That's nice. Can you turn on the volume? Volume?
Huh?
Can you turn down the volume?
You want me to talk quieter?
Yeah.
I'll try to. Okay, I'll try to talk quieter.
You're not in a stadium.
I have to speak a little bit quieter because I live in a household with people. My studio is still a home studio rather than a nice studio. So I have to be conscious that I live with other people.
Get a GoFundMe.
Yes. Oh yeah. GoFundMe.
GoFundMe for a studio.
GoFundMe is good for like one-off purchases, but it doesn't really. You have to build a long-term plan if you want to do a studio because of the rent. But GoFundMe, I think if I would use a GoFundMe also. GoFundMes are good if you like lose all of your supplies through a fire or something, and because of that you want to rebuild, but you don't really use a GoFundMe for like the purpose of just wanting to start a studio. I could start a Patreon. That would be a good reason to start like a Patreon, but I don't think a GoFundMe would be good just to be like, hey, I'm trying to get a studio. But who knows? I mean, you know, you don't know if you don't try, but I'm not going to try that just because. But yes, Kathleen is right. I'm sure she is very annoyed all the time when I talk a lot during this live stream. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like part of me should just stop talking because I probably don't need to. The only reason I started talking so much on these live streams is because on TikTok, TikTok, you get warnings if you don't talk enough. TikTok really loves interaction, and if you don't interact enough on TikTok, you'll basically get violations, and they won't promote your channel. You get warnings and blocked and stuff. If you're a painter, it creates a lot of issues for some reason. It's really dumb. That's part of the reason why I don't use TikTok. But I guess now that I don't use TikTok, I've gotten so used to this stream of consciousness like style of live streaming that I don't know. I don't know if it's for better or for worse. It's unique. I think it helps to add a layer of uniqueness to this channel and makes it more interesting in its own way. But I can definitely understand why it wouldn't necessarily be necessary. So we've got this a character right here. Maybe go up in the ear a little bit. And here we go. I think this mouse is starting to come together just a little bit better here. No try, do. No try, do. Yes, that's right. No try, just do. Do or do not, there is no try. So I'm bringing in some greens here just to add a little bit of pop in the surroundings. And let's see, let's go ahead and there's this little guy right here. I think there's a little too much highlight around the outside. So I'm going to work and rework this until I feel like it looks at least like a little mouse thing. At least just a little bit more. You know, if I make it look hairy, I think people will get it. I just need to make it look just hairy enough. I think that's the secret. Just make this thing look a little bit more hairy. And here we go. The message that I want to say right now is the positive message is believe in yourself. I'm just gonna randomly just start saying like random positive messages. Believe in yourself, people. Believe in yourself, whatever that means. That is my message for now. You know, if you, whether it be in sports, business, work, deciding whether you want to get into streaming or whatever, believe in yourself. That's the message for now. And I might have another moment of pure brilliance in a few moments. But for now, there's like this weird thing right here, and I want to get rid of it. It's really ugly. And it doesn't add this little section with the ear. It kind of like takes away from what's going on in this painting. So I'm actually going to try to pop it off. I'm going to try to scrape it off first with this palette knife, and then I'm going to use a razor if I have to. So that was a remnant from the painting that was underneath, and the painting was just way too thick. It was a really thick painting underneath with a lot of really thick layers. So it left this like this remnant here. This really thick remnant. So I'm right now like painting over it. But who here believes in himself? I hope you all say, I do. I hope you all say that you believe in yourselves. There is no reason to not believe in yourself. Really, like, what does it cost to believe in yourself? What is the cost of actually believing in yourself? Literally nothing bad can come from believing in yourself. Now, obviously, you know, I'm talking in general terms, right? Like, you don't want to believe in yourself that you could fly and then, you know, jump off a bridge, and because you believe in yourself, you know, you get into a bad accident or worse. But believing in yourself in a general sense, I always like to clarify things nowadays because I think everything can be taken out of context. Anything and everything that is ever said is like taken out of context nowadays. Like, I remember I posted somebody on Threads. I was having a conversation with somebody on Threads, and they were saying something like, wow, imagine if all the energy for video games was put towards medicine and science. We could have a lot of cures right now. And someone commented, he's like, what? Do you want us to give up sex now too? And I was like, it just blew my mind that they would even come up with that, because it's like, who would compare, like, somebody just somehow interpreted that video games and sex were like the same thing, which obviously they're not, but you know, everything can just be totally misinterpreted nowadays. And I really like to, you know, I do like to make the effort to like clarify the things I say, especially, you know, a lot of critics, a lot of words twisted. So I felt like it was necessary to clarify that. But anyway, believe in yourself, people. I hope you all believe in yourself. There's pretty much no cost to believing in yourself in the most general terms in the majority of situations in your life. And, you know, the benefits can only be good if you believe in yourself, right? Like, there's no downside to believing in yourself. There's really no downside. There's only upsides if you just believe in yourself. That's it. There's only upsides. And this actually does start to look like a mouse. So we're gonna soon wrap this little fuzzy guy up. But I do think one thing I could do, maybe if I make this eye a little bit closer. And let's bring this eye a little bit closer. We're going to go. And Don Drill, I'm a good painter. You like video games? That's deep. There's no cost to believing in yourself. However, if you don't, yeah, Don Drill, yes, exactly. Thank you for adding to that. That is awesome for you to add to that. Amazing. Thank you. But yeah, look, I like video games. It's just this other person had somehow interpreted this idea of how, you know, how giving up video games is like, you know, the same thing as asking someone to give up sex, right? Like, it was just mind baffling to me that somebody would like twist the word of giving up video games as in it was asking them to give up sex. I don't know. I mean, you know, I know they can both be very enjoyable. And, you know, of course, video games are totally enjoyable in a different way. But the fact that, like, that even came up, that's how the words were twisted and changed. That's really the context that I wanted to add here. But here we go. I fixed this mouse section, and there's a little bit of texture still there, which I like. And there we go. Right. As some people like to argue for the sake of arguing. And you know what, Dondra? I used to be like that. I used to argue for the sake of arguing. But then, you know, just being on the internet, it's like, it's really not worth it. And like, I feel like arguing on the internet has really, or seeing all the arguments that happen on the internet has really helped me to, has really helped to break me out of that, because it's just like, dude, there's so much on the internet as far as like debates and everything that you just get sucked in and you can lose so much time from it. And you know, it really helped me to realize that, like, you know what, arguing really isn't that worth it. You know, it's not really like, doesn't really benefit you, or, you know, if you win, you don't really win anything, right? Unless you're on a debate team, or you're, you know, running to become a politician or something, or like, you know, you have something on the line. But in the most part, you know, most people, they win, they still kind of like lose. They lose time. Unless there's like a really important thing, you know? So, anyway, yes. One thing I gotta do, I just want to tighten up this little mouse here. It's starting to get to look like a mouse, which I'm excited about. And that's all I can ask for. It just looks like a hairy little thing, like, what is this? So, you're learning. Oh, you're learning, like, you also still argue a lot? Or what do you mean by that? What did you mean when you said I'm learning?
It was a small town, though, so people were actually pretty scared.
So we're gonna go like this.
But my best friend, her dad, he seemed just a little too interested in it. He was always asking me what things occurred, if they had any suspects. So one night I was sleeping over, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna play detective, because couldn't possibly be him, right? When everyone's asleep, I look at the garage.
Venusaur. You like that as well. Grown out of it for sure. Yeah. Yep. Definitely growing out of it. And you know what? It really did take me, like, to see the internet and see the arguments that happen on the internet. But now I really just, like, you know, I definitely spend time reading other people debating, because I'm like, you know, I don't want to spend time doing that, but it is interesting to see, you know, these conversations on Reddit and stuff. Not gonna lie, I spend time doing that, just looking at debates and stuff. But at the same time, I have definitely reached a point where I don't do that myself, fortunately. So anyway, good. Like, hey, thanks for sharing your self-awareness, Dondrell, and you know, glad that we can relate there. So here we go. We're gonna add some nice, beautiful little reflections of color. And if anyone's wondering, like, how I pick color, one thing I often do is I look at what the colors that are there, and then, like, I try to exaggerate the colors. That is some of how I pick some methods for how I pick colors is, you know, just exaggerating. You know, you sit long enough and you're going to see certain colors, and then, you know, you just exaggerate some of the colors. Like, if I see just a tiny speck of yellow and I feel like this is a good area for some yellow, I'll add a lot of yellow. But you can see that. So The video games, your outlet for one's sexual frustration. The argument makes total sense. Yeah, I guess it does. Sure. I could definitely an avocado by the hammer. It could be. Yeah. Oh yeah, this right here, like an avocado. This does look like an avocado. Yes, there's a lot of visual interpretation here for sure. But I think we're almost done. I really love just the overall texture that we've got here. You know, this is going to be a painting where if it ever gets into a museum, no one will ever be able to touch it, but they will look at it and be like, I would love to touch that painting. Unless you're the first owner of it, then you can touch it as much as you want, obviously. So that's the vision there. So cleaning off this brush. And you know what? At this point, I feel like I need to take a break from this one and go back to my other painting, the collaborative painting, the collaborative masterpiece painting. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to, let's see, maybe I could set this back. And hopefully this actually sits back far enough that I can like paint on top of it.
Actually, we were hoping that we'd have to see her in there.
Are you insane? Do you know what Harris did to that woman? Why don't I use her as bait?
Our priority is catching Harris, and you gotta get comfortable.
Oh, I'll get comfortable when you explain what it is that we're actually doing, because the pit wasn't just a prison. What are you hiding? Why were they pumping Harris full of drugs in that video?
If you repeat any of what I'm about to tell you, there's so many federal laws they want you to...
All right, so let's get back to this collaborative painting, shall we? Let's, who wants to add to this painting? Who has an idea? Who has an idea? So I've already put people's names on here who have been in the previous live streams. Dondrell's here now, so somewhere on here I'm going to put Dondrell's, add Dondrell's name as this is a collaborative, unless you don't want the word Dondrell on here for some reason. But if you're here right now, if you're in this room, I'm totally open to including various people into this painting as a sign, as a way to capture this very moment right now, this very significant moment. Yes.
I want to help. Whatever you need me to do, I'm in.
Or you know what we could put? We could put Don Lee. Don Lee. Dondrell Lee. Let's see. Where would that go? Where would Dondrell Lee go? Let's find a nice space on this purple right here up at the top. A golden worm. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Dondrell Lee.
It should go viral. The fact that Kelly Blue Book Eyewater and Apollo Trader gives you personalized monthly payments before you buy. Talk about it.
I just threw the word Dondrell up here. I'm not going to put the full name, but people will wonder what's Dondrell? Who is Dondrell? You know, I'm going to add a question mark at the end of Dondrell.
Now taxes?
Because people are going to wonder, who's Dondrell? Potato chip, a worm, cat with tentacles. Let's see, who wants to give an idea to add in this paint? This is totally collaborative. You can suggest as many ideas as you want. I'll probably be open to doing it. So if anyone has any ideas that they want into this, they are here right now. They want their name on this portrait or on this painting. Speak now before I get doing some random stuff on it.
Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infection.
But here we go. We're just having fun like a child with a live stream and a paintbrush. That is what we're doing right now. Just having fun with the paintbrush. So let's see. Earlier we were doing some of the outlines. Somebody wanted a video camera here and a gecko. Another person wanted, oh yeah, Joel. Joel's cat supposedly has tentacles for a mouth. So we're actually gonna darken this because what happened was when I originally painted this, the painting was wet, and the outer paint mixed with the inner paint, which caused it to kind of lose its luster. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna really darken this cat to capture the fact that it's a black cat, and we're gonna use a nice glossy ivory black to get into this cat here, and it's definitely adding a lot. I'm surprised at how much of an effect just adding this ivory black over our cat is having.
You can make anything possible because you have a reliable connection that puts everything within reach. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
And here we go. I hope that this is a relaxing thing for everybody. Something that's just chill, that it's just a calm, relaxing thing, and you're not worried about anything else in your life. Just maybe you're getting into a flow with me, you're all just kind of in this state of flow, just chilling and watching how this painting comes together. Black and white checkered squares between the word and the light blue in the hand. So you said checkered squares between, I'd like to see black and white checkered squares between the word Joel and the light blue in the hand. So some checkered squares right here. Okay, we could do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do it. We're gonna run with that. Let me just finish the painting this cat fully, giving him his or her. I don't actually know if Joel's cat is a male or female, but just give him the full color, the full glossy texture of this ivory black.
I'm sorry that you're going through this. Hey, listen. Your date doesn't understand. I could pay him a visit. With or without the tactical team.
Truthfully, I think I've only ever been in love once in my life. And it didn't really end well.
Hey everybody, I just want to let you all know that you are all valuable, wonderful people.
Where was the fun in that?
I've told myself today that I'm listening to this audio tape right now. It's a self-help personal growth audio tape, and it's called The Optimal You. And basically, it's music mixed with a bunch of affirmations.
You got this, okay?
And I said that earlier that I would just randomly share these affirmations with all of you. It's kind of nice. It sounds like what would be the point of just listening to good affirmations? And it sounds kind of cheesy, but I'm actually, feeling pretty good from these random affirmations. It sounds really cheesy. How can someone whispering good things into my ear possibly be a good thing? And it just is. It is a positive. I feel like it has a positive effect. So we're gonna go with this checkered thing. Gizmo with the tentacles. All right, so let's go with our black and white checkered squares here, and let's go. We're gonna go across here. Let's go like this. Oh, good. Nice of you to join us, Joel. Great to see you, dude. Mr. Cup of Joe. We're just adding in our squares here.
Hold it right there. Freeze!
Gonna give these knuckles some space here.
Put the knife down.
Good old Gizmo, your boy Gizmo. Yeah. We need. So I also have a black cat, and his name is Scout.
It's over. I should have known. You know
Nicole, it's gonna be okay.
Just let her go.
And here we go. Just adding some more of this. Can't stay too long. It's all good, my friend. Yes, it is getting late. It's only, I think it's only like 8 something here in Los Angeles, California, but I totally understand, you know, people come here from all over the world. Very cool. So the other day when I started this idea of getting, you know, people to share their ideas of what they want to see on here, the whole idea was literally, who wants to help me create a masterpiece, right? How can I turn a flat, boring painting into a masterpiece? So that was the premise, and I think it's working. I think everybody here is giving a name that helps us create a masterpiece. Here, hey, here's Scout. Look, it's right here. Hey, Scout. Say hello. Say hello to your tentacled, your brother's owner, Joel. Scout. Hey, buddy. Hey. Why are you looking down? Yeah. Not gonna say hello? Alright, whatever. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna say hello.
Teresa Harris needs to go.
Cat friends.
What kind of unit are you all a part of? What kind of unit?
Well, yeah, Richard Harris is supposed to be dead, right? I mean, I was at his execution, so are you all part of some super secret hush-hush thing?
But anyway, he's got a sister here. Scott's got a sister. He doesn't need other relatives. And anyway, let's go. We're gonna go down into bring the black into the blue here. And what I need to do, I think, is let this black dry before I try anything else. Because what's gonna happen is this white is totally gonna pick up the ivory black, and it's gonna create all sorts of it's gonna take all sorts of design things, or it's gonna bring in the black from the around surrounding area, and it's going to change the color to like a gray anyway. So I'm gonna wait maybe a day. Maybe let me just do it right now. See what happens. What's the worst that could possibly happen? I don't know. Nothing. Nothing is the worst that could possibly happen. I do enjoy painting over a oil painting that's really had time to dry, because like it's just like this really slick surface. It's like a nice slick surface, and you know the colors really just allow itself to go on top. Colors allow themselves to go on top. And actually, let's give these cats some more of the more definitive color, rather than this like clear see-through gray.
No application fee if you apply by February 12th at University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited university that's transformed adult lives for 75 years. You're not waiting to win. You're ready to succeed again at umgc.edu.
Football season already, and not a satellite dish in sight.
I hardly recognize the moves I go. Isn't that sloppy? Great. No, why everyone else is watching nonstop football on DirecTV? Tell me.
What's the worst that can happen?
I think they're rent.
Listen. I know they get easy.
The worst that can happen, right? Like,
But you know what you got?
if anything, in a couple days it'll dry anyway, and I could just paint it over with some white again. Like, that's not even the worst that can happen. Like, what is it, right?
Dog chow, we believe helping
There's no such thing as the worst that can happen in this situation.
That's why dog chow is made with high quality protein and no fillers. Purina dog chow.
I think that should be an answer sometimes. When people ask you what's the worst that can happen, like when people get asked that question, they actually try to think of like what's the worst that can happen. You know, they actually think, oh well, maybe, you know, a meteor might come out of the sky because I used, you know, the colors weren't totally perfect or whatever, and it might crush the painting and destroy all of civilization. But, you know, people actually think of the worst that can happen. But sometimes, you know, when was the last time someone asked you what's the worst that can happen? You were like, there is no worst that can happen. There's literally like nothing bad. There would be no totally negative consequences right now. There's no negative consequences. Isn't that some freedom right there? No negative consequences to your decision. That is a beautiful position to be in. No negative consequences. All right, so let's do this. We're going to start this white over here.
Hi, Spooky. Hi, Spooky. Patty cake? Patty cake? Oh.
And here we go. What did you say? Are you saying stuff? And here we go. We're going to go ahead. So I'm inadvertently picking up some green, but you know what? I'm fine with that. Let's go with another checker.
Remember what you told me, Nicole? About how you don't even know once. Only you could choose who you fall for. You rest upon that. And please, they never understood how Bishop was able to get all these girls to trust him.
Now, I'd be curious. I know, you know, experimentation on children is unethical. But I'd be curious to, if it was possible to do an experiment on a child, and if you just had the child play positive words into their ear at night or whenever, like all day long, like, you are a very smart child, you are a very beautiful person, or, you know, you're a very talented child or whatever, if that would raise a child that is like more, has a better positive self-image, or maybe, I don't know, I mean, maybe it could cause them to be overly confident. But again, the context of this is I am listening to an audio tape right now by Dennis Waitley, who is big on personal growth, and personal growth from the perspective of, for lack of a better term, subliminal messaging. Subliminal messaging, and it's not really subliminal what I'm listening to right now because I know exactly what they're saying, but subliminal messaging in a sense of, you know, the power of just simple suggestion. The power of suggesting to yourself that, you know, anything. It could be negative or positive. And, you know, he's big on that. That's what his programs are usually about. And yeah, it really makes me think about what are the things on a daily basis that we consume auditorially, right? Like, what do we hear all day long? Not only the voices in our head, which are our own voices, but like criticisms, etc., etc. What are those things? Really important. And
She was a convincing liar.
we're about to get a little little woo-woo here, but you know, this whole idea of subliminal messaging. They did this research where they would play music over the radio in a shopping department store, and they tried two different words that were just you couldn't auditorially make them out, but they were there. And one day they said don't shoplift, and there were more cases of shoplifting. And then another day they tried please pay for your items, and there was a decrease in shoplifting that day. So what I find is interesting is it's really based, you know, there's some clarification there that needs to happen is, you know, if you try to tell someone not to do something, according to this research, right, if you try to tell someone not to do something, they're still probably going to do it because it'll cross their mind. But if you try to tell someone or suggest to them, you know, the positive version of that, you know, focusing on the positive version, which is getting them to subliminally just pay for their items, that creates a totally different experience in the mind. And you know, just something I learned that I'm willing to share with y'all from this program. It's really interesting research, but you know, if we think about just that one experiment at a retail store, you know, think about how that can affect us as people on a daily basis. You know, on a daily basis, being stuck in our own heads with ourselves, that's one. But then, you know, what the next level of that is what anyone has ever said to us that we repeat, whether it be, you know, our parents with their best intentions, or our ex romantic relationship, or even, you know, our present relationships. You know, they all, whatever those words are that are constantly being repeated, all have a effect. Why does this cat suddenly want my glove? I don't understand. What's up, man? What are you doing here? Why are you suddenly interested in what we're doing? So I'm going to add outlines to everything just because if I can't think of things to do, I think. What, man? This little cat's scraping at me. He wants some attention. Go bother Kathleen. Cat, can you call him over?
Here, come here.
Huh?
Come in. Come on.
Scout, go bother Cat.
Come on.
What are you doing, man?
Scout, come here.
Here, Scout, go bother what's her name? Cat.
Here.
Here. I don't want to touch you with these gloves, man. You make me use more gloves than the painting alone. Here. Come here. What's up, dude?
Stop. No.
Ah. What do you want, man?
You don't
Why are your
get to
nails
do
so
that.
sharp?
You don't get to act like this is some normal catch-up over.
No, I saved her. She's her drug effects, so I think you will stop blaming me by now.
You entertaining? Yeah. Fight this.
My way, if we agreed for that search party, she would have died in that show. And I had to carry that with me every single day for the last 5 years.
He's probably like the only way that he'll get entertained is if I ask Cat. He's like staring at me past the toy. All right.
You're still the best agent I've ever worked with. And right now, I need someone that I can trust. Someone who can help catch all the inmates who stay out alive. I've seen risks.
Lock her in a container. And shipping her off to somewhere really high. That's wild. I'm sure that's possible too. There's probably at least 1 or 2 people stuck in one of these containers in Long Beach. So here we go. Let's go like this. Boom, boom. And so let's see, what else would make this piece a masterpiece? I feel like I have to cover up a part of it. Some part of this has to be totally covered up with like a specific color. I don't know what color yet. Well, I guess that's what I did with the red. But I feel like something else needs to happen in order for it to be its own little masterpiece, or its own big masterpiece.
Welcome guests to the banker's private island. The banker wants to test just what kind of a player you are. Go get those cases!
And
David, swap your keys.
let's go like this. We're going to paint in black right here.
Well, tonight's big concern is, of course, the wind, especially when it comes to the fires. Forecasters
And
are issuing a particularly dangerous situation warning for a large part of LA.
Scout, what do you want, bro?
Next for the forecast, another serious one of it. Another round of strong Sienna winds headed our way and already.
What do you want, pal? Huh?
That stronger red flag warning, particularly dangerous situation.
Come on.
That's going to be Monday afternoon into Tuesday morning. So that's when we're going to start feeling those strongest winds that gust in the 50, 60 mile per hour range, even isolated winds of 70 to 80 miles per hour. So these are dangerous, destructive, potentially.
So this guy will not leave me alone.
We have it across much of Southern California. So this starts out Monday
He just wants to bite me for some reason.
Particularly dangerous situation, the high alert with the strongest winds will be.
Ow, his nails are so sharp. It's got to be gotta make him a circus cat. This guy's gonna be a circus cat here. Ah, his nails are so sharp. I need like a shoulder pad. I need a shoulder pad for this guy. He won't leave me alone. So, his nails are so sharp. There you go. All right. Hopefully he leaves me alone now. He knows I'm just gonna keep putting him up and picking him up and putting him on my shoulder. All right. Oh. How can I make this more unusual?
56% containment. That fire destroyed nearly 5,000 buildings and killed 10 people.
The Eden fire is now 81% contained. It's burned 14,000 acres, destroyed more than 9,000 buildings, and killed 17 people.
So how Edison
Let's
is
do-
warning possible power shutoffs because of tomorrow's strong winds. There is an orange there on this map. You could see
Let's
those
do some
out there.
stripes.
The utility says it's considering shutoffs for nearly 40,000 customers in LA County, 79,000 in Riverside County, and 56,000.
Just wanted to say to you all that you are all worthy people.
50,000 customers could lose power.
That was a positive message, a random positive message of the moment. You're all worthy people.
Restrictions will go into effect at 8 a.m.
Now, some people already know that. Most of you probably, hopefully, already know that and don't need the affirmation. But I'm just sharing some positive affirmations that I have just received from this thing in my ear, these headphones, these sounds. Sky, Scout, what the heck, man? What is up with you? Just gonna put you on my shoulder again.
Michael and Heather Lyle have been on this carousel before.
Looks like this can't be happening again.
As a longtime music instructor, Heather's giving lessons to people in the Palisades for decades.
Just gonna put him on my shoulder every time
After losing their home
until he
in
stops.
1993 to the old Topanga fire.
Cat's cat, you're loving it because he doesn't bother you.
Look what you're doing.
You're loving that he doesn't bother you.
Years of memories
He's supposed to like sit on your keyboard or something. That's what cats do, is they sit on keyboards. They don't bother paintings. Oh my god, Scott. My goodness. Everybody, here's another positive message of the moment. You all have many positive qualities.
A ukulele and 2 guitars. And my brother got it for me one, with a very special significance. It is the one connection that I have.
Scout, stop.
I don't need a photo, I have him right here in this guitar. Her next step is trying to get back to doing what she loves, painting. The studio she was weeks away from moving into also worked. I asked how she continues to find the strength to keep moving. Well, I'm a 2-time cancer survivor, and I have this one thing in my head since then, which has been...
I think he likes that. I think he likes just me picking him up and him jumping off my shoulder. Alright.
The Wild say they are determined to rebuild. I have to say, it gets harder and harder. Determined to stay on the carousel, to keep singing.
We're not victims, we are survivors.
We can only look behind from where we came. I go around and around and back in the circle again. She said, losing a heart.
All right, teams, you need to secure one case. Once you have it, bring it back here and lock it in.
Let me just add some random things. Let me add objects. Like, let me add tattoo, a heart and anchor tattoo. Maybe just a heart tattoo with an arrow through it. And then let's go with a black or a yellow. Put some chess pieces. I'll have to wait for it to dry before I can do the chess pieces, because you know, I would try to paint them on, because earlier we said nothing bad can happen. But since you asked specifically for chess pieces, I know that the chess pieces won't show up like chess pieces, and therefore it totally won't even be what you're suggesting. So that's going to have to be a suggestion for a different day. But definitely going to keep going with this. Just what else can we put on here? How can we make this? How can we make some parts of this cubist? Let me see. Add a fingernail. Add some red fingernails right here. And then, let's see, these are obviously gloves, but he's eating potato chips. Don Joe said either potato chips or holding a worm or something. It's funny. Oh, here's what we gotta do. We're gonna add a little bird. We're gonna add a giant bird, actually. And here we go. Get a large. Let me add some green into here. And let's go with just a little leg, little perched leg right here. You think it's a happy face? Here, let's do a happy face. Oh yeah, yellow happy face. Oh my goodness, Scout, you're so obnoxious when I paint, bro. Why can't you go bother Kat? She's got a keyboard. It's a perfect warm thing to sit on.
Come on.
She goes sit on her keyboard, man. Like, why do you want to be here? Huh? Go sit on a keyboard. This guy is a ball of trouble. What's up, man? Scott, go sit on the keyboard. All right, let's see. Okay, so you just said one of your cats likes to be on your shoulder too. Add a happy face. It's the yellow happy face. So I don't even think he likes to be on my shoulder. I don't know what he's going on about, but if this was like acrylic or something, I'd be okay. But I just don't like them being around like mineral spirits and all this other stuff.
Don't get up on the couch. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down. Get down.
Says there's no precedent for this. There's nothing in the rule books that forbids it. It's simply frowned upon. Of course, we can't disqualify you on those grounds alone. As the forbid, you are guaranteed a bid to Florida.
Hey.
It will be watching you. And don't
These two colorful little eyes. Let's go with some blue here. There's a smiley face. See if we can find a space to just add some crazy lines here. Let's see what comes of this. Let's do a red one.
consider letting Courtney and Ethan take over this block?
What are these shapes? What is going on with these shapes?
You just do what you do best, Tor. Cheer, Tor. Okay? I just want to see you happy. Let's Monopoly go!
Looks good. You like it? You think this is a masterpiece?
Ready to go? It's go time. Nikki, I won again. Daddy will be back soon. Spinning it now. Nothing beats playing with friends, except
Hi, my name is Kenita, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A
Worm path.
sandwich is
Yes.
the kick of the chicken. The grilled spicy chicken is just the right amount of heat, and then the cilantro lime just makes me say, I can't get enough of that.
Wormhole. Worm path, wormhole.
Doesn't leave white residue on clothes and fights odor for 72 hours. For your pits, privates, chest, thighs, and feet. With two rates. Get native.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I think a wax figure myself. Oh, I need to jump a load. Beat it, punks. Won't pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty. Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu medicine hangover in the morning. Then he switched to Mucinex Night Shift. Mucinex is uniquely formulated to leave your system faster, so you wake up ready to bang. Try Mucinex Night Shift and feel the difference.
Upgrades. New house, your bathroom can feel like a revolving door.
You know what we should do? We should take a brush that lets us just mess around. And what is a good brush for just messing around here? Let me find a good. Let's use this brush here. And what are we gonna do?
If you still have symptoms after trying a TNF blocker like Humira or Enro, Revoke works differently. Revoke is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling as fast as 2 weeks for some. And even at the 3-year mark, many people felt this relief. Revoke can stop.
I'm gonna bring this red into this area.
Skin clear or almost clear.
Scout, why are you doing this right now? He's eating.
Hey, stop! Stop that! Scout! Scout! Stop! Hey! Stop that! Look what you did!
Probably hungry.
Doing this. It's food in the bowl.
The day of the accident was my worst
Huh?
day. Blindsided, didn't see it coming, couldn't even react. Brand new car, I had the car for 3 days. I didn't know how to go about the whole situation. I'd never been in a lawsuit, never had anything like that. Team at Liberty Plugger earned my trust just by staying committed to my situation, reaching out to me, updating me throughout the whole process. Those little things.
He's gonna lock him in there?
Yeah.
Why? What do you think is gonna?
Keep him out of your hair.
Huh?
To keep him out of your hair. He doesn't want to play.
All right. So what I'm really doing right now is just exploration of ideas. I'm not like, I don't know. This is what I call mindful list painting, where I'm going into this. I don't really have a specific idea of where this is going to go. So I'm a bit mindless, but also mindful, as in I'm staying present with this painting and just feeling it out, just letting things go where they go, without over planning.
And you're all in it.
Let's hear it.
We shall see. Now, let's see. For this one, we'll go with the yellow.
So like you get away.
Yeah, but it's also an eco-friendly artist retreat. So you're expanding your business and our family. Can you help me plan for that?
Yeah. Let's get started.
Ready to meet the dream team? You can with Wells Fargo.
And here we are.
First holiday since Christmas. That means the kids are out and the traffic counts will be all over the place. But we are here one.
Premiere Monday, February 3rd.
Stay tight, sweetie.
Do you think he's just gonna puke on our bed? Huh? Well, anyway.
And yours?
He's my boyfriend. But Cliff, I can explain.
No, it's cool.
I do like how this color turned out. It's got like this really interesting, it's got this like glazy feeling where the color looks glazed on top of this blue.
Hey, Torrance. It's me. Cliff. Here's, I wrote something, for you.
Grab more of this yellow. Dip it into oil just a little bit.
Aaron called us last night. He told us you're turning the squad over to us. We want you to know that just because you do it big time as captain does not mean we can be super hard on you. We'll treat you as if you didn't scam us into the ground. Gee, thanks. Everyone, Torrance is not to be harmed. We've already decided on a course of action. We're gonna form our nationals this year. Everyone's already agreed to it. Except me.
And me.
The only person who can officially resign the post of captain is the captain. And I'm not going anywhere. Then we'll have to overthrow you, which we will. Enough!
And let's see, what am I even doing right now? I'm really just breaking up different sections of these body parts and seeing what happens. That's it.
She's crazy. I am not crazy. And I'm not resigning as captain either. You're gonna have to tell me first. That can be arranged. Shut it, Whitney, let her talk. Look, I know I've messed up royally as captain. But I believe in the squad. And I know we can bounce back from this. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard work. We need a new routine, something amazing and fresh. And we've got less than 3 weeks to nationals. And if we can do it, if we can pull this off, then we can really call ourselves original.
What is this? Is this innovative? Is this innovative artwork? I don't think so. It's pretty mindless. I don't know, whatever shall I do? What to do? Let's grab the rest of this white color.
I'm super busy. I'm working on this project.
Yeah, you sound super busy. I guess that's it. You were too busy to believe in me. No, but wait. You weren't too busy to sell me out to Courtney and Whitney, were you? Jay, I hope you're not too busy to hear this. It's over.
Here's a positive message I just heard. Actually, I should rewind it so I have the quote exactly. It's a really good one.
Maybe you're not exactly boyfriend material. Bye-bye. You're a cheerleader? UCA just posted the nationals list on the internet. East Compton isn't on it. They couldn't raise the money in time. They're not going. What do you mean they're not going?
Points. That's good news.
They cannot not go. That's not good news.
What are you talking about? They don't go. We win once again. We're the best.
All right, here's a powerful message I just got from this audio program. It's called The Optimal You by Dennis Waitley. And it says,
It's so unfair. The first inner city squad ever to make it to nationals, and they can't afford to go.
and it goes,
They're spinning off into another dimension, Justin.
the only thing that matters is that you can look at yourself in the mirror and say to that person, you did your best.
Tell them the deal.
Or I did my best. I'm going to have to listen to it again just to make sure I got that quote right.
Don't let them. Think of how much you'll mean to East Compton.
I love this color.
To go.
All that matters
That thing, Dad.
is that you can look in the mirror and honestly tell the person that you see there that you did your best. Wow, what a great quote. I'm totally taking that from Dennis Waitley. All that matters is that when you look in the mirror and you can tell the person that you see there that you did your best. That's all that matters. Positive messages, people. I love it. I love positive messages. What a great quote. But here's the thing. What if you actually look in the mirror and can't say that you did your best? A little bit of demotivational motivation there. Because I'm like, you know what? Can I really look in the mirror after doing this and say that I did my best? I don't know. I think it's interesting, but did I do my best? My best including, you know, all of the things I could have done, you know, planning this out better, thinking of the colors, maybe like actually thinking about what I'm doing as opposed to just randomly doing stuff. But I guess we could randomly do our best, right? Am I randomly doing my best? I think so. Just some food for thought. But at this point, really just messing around. I don't know where this is going to go. Just messing around with this painting. Hmm.
Nothing dims my light like a migraine. With Utrecht ODT, I found relief. Utrecht ODT can provide relief in 2
You know what this needs? Eyeballs. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. We need eyeballs. There needs to be eyeballs.
Special K. For all the special reasons you move.
Not eyeballs, but actual eyes.
Don't freak out, but you can get 50% off on menu price Domino's pizzas when you order online right now. Right now?
Right now.
Right now? Right now? Right now. 50% off, honey, right now. Now through the end of the week, get 50% off on menu price pizzas when you order online at Domino's.
This is a hot flash. This is a hot flash. But this is a not flash. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms due to menopause, Viosa is the first and only prescription treatment that directly blocks the source of hot flashes and night sweats. With 100% hormone-free Viosa, you can have fewer hot flashes and more not flashes. Viosa reduces the number and severity.
I wonder what
Don't use Viosa if you have cirrhosis.
a psychological interpretation of my painting would mean.
And liver problems may occur. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Viosa and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems such as feeling more tired than usual, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellow on the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Ask your doctor about hormone-free Viosa and enjoy more not flashes. You can save on Viosa. Visit saveonviosa.com to learn more. I gotta get Marcus some new cleats.
I bet you could buy the whole team new cleats with all that money you saved.
Oxytocin is passive progressive.
That's actually really
Nancy doesn't have progressive, so she needs to know about those who do.
should look at private coaching with that.
My real store goal. I figured you'd want the whole roll since you've saved hundreds with Progressive.
How many tickets, too, please?
Don't be passive progressive.
2 for Becky.
Drivers who switch could save hundreds.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Twixet can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clear skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Twixet helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur and help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's expert.
Tentacle cat. I love that idea. The idea of this tentacle cat. Let's see. What can we do about this section? There's just like there's all this stuff missing from it. Let's draw like a tube. I'm gonna have a tube here.
All new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
I listened to your tape. I loved it. Can I talk to you? I was upset that night. Aaron gave me a ride home. It was just a goodnight kiss. It meant nothing.
I'm sorry.
I wanted you to know that I don't know.
Congratulations.
You didn't believe in me. You did.
Never.
That's important to me. You believed in me.
Kat, are you even watching that?
Huh?
Are you even watching that?
Yes.
I'm not okay, because I get copyright violations.
This?
Yeah, it like knows songs. YouTube hears the songs, and I get YouTube copyright
That's why you
violation.
need your own room to paint.
Huh?
That's why you need your own painting room. So that you don't get violations.
I can't hear you.
Well, that's another problem, that you can't hear me. You talk to me, but you don't want to listen.
All right. I think the song that I just heard was recognizable, which is why it, I don't know, we'll see. YouTube will recognize the song, and I'll have to just mute this entire video, which is fine. Not a big deal. Now let's go with this. We're gonna go with our purple here. And we're actually gonna make this top part a little bit lighter. And here we go. So that's point. I'm just messing around with like variety of ideas and design ideas here. What is this thing that's plugged into them? I don't know. And let's go with a separate color for the outlet thing. What is this device? I don't know.
Hey. Hey.
Alright. What is this crazy outlet thing? And let's see, what random thing can I start to put into here?
I don't know what's scarier. The wild cheerleaders or POSH Berlin. I could be killing as long as something like diet was think all your favorite are missing. I could have done it alone. Oh, dear. No, I mean it.
Domo. What is domo arigato? I know that means thank you. But I thought it was duomo, like D-U-O-M-O. Duomo arigato gozaimasu. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Domo. Domo arigato gozaimasu. No, we're gonna give him some arm hair. It's interesting. Whatever that design is that's going around the arm. I think something about about cubism is just having confidence to break things up. I mean, of course, Cubist breaks things up in a very specific way, but I think it helps to, you know, be extra confident in your ability to really separate things into a variety of different shapes and ideas. I'm trying to get ideas right now. I'm a little afraid to like break up this red area because I kind of like it, but I also, part of me wants to like go into it and just make a big swirl. I don't know what's compelling me to want to make a swirl, but maybe better just leave it all red. I like the way the red is right now, but I would like to add some random things. Domo, Duomo, arigato gozaimasu. What to do? So much randomness in this painting. You know what, everybody? I think this is about time that I need to... No, you know what? I was going to say I need a break, but I want to push this just a little bit further before I get ready to call it a night. I need to do something else, just to put onto this painting. Something. Gotta be something. You know what's good? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add X's. People like X's.
Where's the hors d'oeuvre? Okay, you can't do it. You say anything.
Oh, and look, I forgot this little area for a line.
Ow! Damn it, Fern. I'm petting you. I'm gonna get to pet you. A little scratcher? Why are you such a scratcher?
Words.
You got me good, Fern. Your scarf. Thank you.
What's up, Pookie? All right. Well, with this, everybody, my brain is drained, and it's time to take a break from painting for the night. And I'm gonna wrap things up, but I hope all of you are doing fantastic. I hope some of the words that we've shared, the positive affirmations were helpful. I don't know, I'm sure. Positive affirmations are awesome, right? Who knew they could have such a powerful effect? But with that said, we're wrapping up for the evening. It's interesting seeing these competition movies from like
The
the
90s?
1990s. Huh. The films that defined a generation.
This is one of my favorite movies.
But yes, we are all getting ready for the end of the night here, wrapping up, closing the supplies. And what do? We worked on this painting, this bizarre, unusual painting, just filled with random ideas, but no cohesive joining factor. What does it all mean? I don't know. Does it have meaning? Maybe. But it was entertaining. For me at least. Somehow my mind, whenever I do things like this, just get lost in the activity. Time goes out the window, I get in the flow, and it's awesome. Art is happiness, people. Painting is happiness. So with that, I hope you all have a great night. I hope you have some great dreams, and see you all tomorrow or the day after, or whenever is the next time we stream. Bye.